What's up, guys? Mad Fragger back again. Got another fragrance review for you here. Got a few rack store fragrances that I've picked up in the recent past from my local TJ Maxx that I wanted to share with you guys to let you know my opinion on them and whether they're worth picking up if you see them. Just to start out, just wanted to say thanks for watching my channel, especially those of you who have subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate you as I'm trying to get this channel to grow. You can also check me out at the Mad Fragger on TikTok, and I just started a new Facebook group called Budget Fragrance Lovers, and it's the focus is on fragrances that are $50 and less. And every day on there and on TikTok, I'm featuring a daily fragrance of the day. Each day it'll be a different fragrance that I'm featuring on there. So that's something fun I'm trying to do. And so check me out there if you want to. Hope everybody is staying warm out there. I know it's cold as balls here in Ohio where I'm at. So hoping that you guys are staying warm out there and doing well. Now let's get into this. So as I said, these are three fragrances that I've picked up recently at the rack store. This one here, I just want to let you know off the top that this fragrance, this is not the cap that comes on this fragrance. This is a cap that I took off of another fragrance because this one was in there without a cap. I talked him into giving me 10% off of it because it didn't have a cap, so I think I paid like 12 bucks. All three of these are $15 fragrances, typical rack store fragrance prices there. But just wanted to let you know the cap on this one, that's not the cap. This is a clone of an homage fragrance. Now those homage fragrances, they have a built-in atomizer. So don't really have a cap, but the top of the homage bottle, the cap that comes on this fragrance is reminiscent of the way that bottle looks, but this is not the right cap. So let's go ahead and start out by taking a look at Royal Sental. This is a Milestone fragrance. It's listed, when I looked it up, it says that this is a discontinued Milestone fragrance actually. And presentation wise, I think it's pretty nice. It's black and gold. I love that black and gold motif on a fragrance. Anytime they do the black and gold, I love that. You got a little tassel on here. I guess it just graduated. I don't know. And cheap little cheap cap. Whoa, dropped it. Cheap little cap, but I mean it's a $15 rack store fragrance. What do you at this price point? What do you can't be too picky about the caps. Now, the atomizer on this thing is just like I've said before in the past, these Milestone atomizers are awesome. They're pressurized. I call them fire hose atomizers. I'll give us a spray for you. Nice, big spray. And the cool thing about these atomizers is that you don't have to give it a full depression. These things are great because if you just want to do little sprays, see, it's adjustable. You can do a little spray, you can do a big spray. They work great. So I can't say enough about the atomizers on these. Now, as far as the scent profile goes on this, I'm not going to read notes on all these. I'm just going to kind of give you an idea. This is a rose oud sandalwood fragrance. What you're going to get is you're going to get some, the rose. You're going to smell that rose. You're going to get a little bit of woody backbone to it with your oud, and then you're going to get that sandalwood. This fragrance here is a clone of a Guerlain fragrance called Sental Royale. They just switched the names around. And I have not got my nose on Sental Royale, but this one, standalone, is a really good fragrance. Definitely worth picking up for 15 bucks. It definitely is worth the price point. And now, as far as performance on this one goes, I'm just going to say blanket on all three of these. You're talking 6-7 hours longevity. For the first hour and a half, you're going to get pretty decent projection on all these. And then it's going to dry down to more of a skin scent. But, I'm getting off of my skin 6 or 7 hours performance, which is pretty good for a $15 fragrance. It's not bad. Now, moving on to this one. This is, as I said, this is Mouge Jubilee 26, and it's a clone of Homage Jubilee 25. I guess correct pronunciation, I'm assuming, it would actually be Moage Jubilee 26, because it is cloning homage. So I would guess that this is supposed to be Moage. So again, not the right cap, but it does have that same pressurized atomizer like you saw on the Royal Sental. Nice big burst there. Really good atomizer. Love those atomizers. This one is really, really nice, kind of old school fougere kind of fragrance. It's got some florals in it. It's got some cinnamon. It's got some spice. It's, these two, both of these here are both good cold weather, nighttime, warm kind of fragrances that are going to be great for this time of year. Again, performance on this about the same, 6-7 hours, and yeah, it smells fantastic. Now, when I first smelled this, it reminded me a lot. When I sprayed it, I was immediately reminded of this one, which is Quorum, and this is one that I picked up also at TJ Maxx, like, I don't know, a few months ago, and at first I couldn't really place. I knew that it smelled familiar, but after I thought about it, I realized it smells very similar to that, to the Quorum. Real old school barbershop fougere type of scent. But this one is a little bit more modernized. That one's more of like a kind of 80s fragrance. It smells more like an 80s style fragrance. This one's got a little more modern feel to it. And it's really good actually for the money. For the price point, very good. Now, moving on to the last one. This is Shield Black Leather by Murata, and this is a clone of Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. Now, I've got a couple other Ombre Leather clones. The Rare Carbon by Afnan, I feel, is the best clone of Ombre Leather, at least the best that I've smelled so far. This one does it pretty well. It approaches that Ombre Leather, like as soon as you spray this. Doesn't have the pressurized atomizer, but it puts out a nice bit of juice. As soon as you spray this, if you've smelled Ombre Leather, you're going to recognize the DNA right away. It does have that Ombre Leather DNA right off the rip. You're going to get that. It is a good Ombre Leather clone, especially for the $15 price tag. It is going to give you decent, like average to above average performance, 6-7 hour performance. Like maybe 8, depending on who you are. At least on my skin, it's still going to be there a little while longer. But I would just say the effectiveness range of the fragrance on all these, the effectiveness range is going to be 6 to 7 hours, which should be plenty, especially for a $15 fragrance, and especially since all three of these do have a great scent profile to them. And I believe that they all have a now the presentation on the black leather, this is pretty like ho hum, like cheapy kind of fragrance. Got a cheapy fragrance look to it. Like, it's not a real impressive presentation on this one, but I feel like the presentation on this one is absolutely fantastic. And this one, especially when it has the cap that comes to it, really nice. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I just wanted to kind of make you aware of these three. If you're out at your local rack store, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, and you see one of these, all these are worth picking up. Hats off to each one of these. They're worth spending the $15 and picking these up, especially if if you've got a fragrance like, say, this one here, like if you've got Ombre Leather and you want something to kind of like you like that DNA, you want to get that fragrance, but you don't want to use all your Ombre Leather, or you don't want to use all of your, say you have another good clone like I do, like Rare Carbon. This is great for that, for the price point. It really gets you there. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate you watching my review today, and I will see you next time.